Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
Guess what day it is, Melissa? There's no video, so they can't see you. It's just for me.
Just
Thank
for you. I did little tiny butthole lips with a tongue coming through.
A rim job lip.
Analingus.
Analingus. I do not like that word. I don't even like.
But
I don't
you
like the word.
rim job better.
Yeah, well, because rim job, it's like it's demure. It's like
No, it's not.
It's like, what does that? It could mean so many different things. Like, I hate the word conolingus and the word anal. Especially right now with my cold and my like sinus is anal. Like, it's so bad.
Analingus.
Nice. I love that for somebody else.
Yeah, it's Friday, man. The 15th Friday.
We're getting ready to fist on this Friday. We hope you are ready to be fisted on this Friday. And prepare your orifices accordingly.
Get you a little bottle. Fill it with some water.
Probably sterile water.
And just make sure you get into those. Yes, of course.
You don't want to get an anal fungi.
And then fill those crevices.
Fill those crevices. As someone who's been cleaning out her crevices, as in I've been irrigating my nasal canal.
No, I'm just going to cut it
ear.
right there so people think that you're talking about your ass.
No, I'm sorry. Right now, I do not have the energy to shower, let alone clean my ass like that.
When I'm sick, that's like what I have the energy for, is to get in the shower and turn on that steam and just let it hit me. I'll sit there. I'm not necessarily doing anything, but that's my personal heaven.
And that is the biggest flex, I will say, for anyone who's not had COVID. Like the fact that showers have not been ruined, like obviously your lungs, your health and your well-being, but it is like the shower as being like, it reverts you back to like, you can't breathe. It's awful. Like everything hurts. Like it's horrific. But that's like usually like the thing that I build up the energy for. And I was going to do it last night. And then I was like, I have to do the podcast in the morning. Like there's just no shot that I'm going to feel good enough to do it. But I'm going to do it tonight. And then I'm going to sleep.
I just said put the steam on and sit in it. I didn't say actually shower.
I can't sit in showers.
Okay, well,
we know me and my wet surfaces.
Yeah,
that sounds so
talking
nice,
about
though.
Actually showering. I was talking about sitting.
Yeah, well, it's the steam. That's the issue for me. I know. You know what? I'll talk about it on. See you next Tuesday.
Okay.
So I guess we should explain to people, what if this is their first time here? What do you tell them? Do you tell them, boo, get out of here, you're lost? Or would you say
that's exactly what I would tell them.
Okay.
I'd say leave. This isn't the place for you yet. Next week it will be, after you've listened to the episode of But Am I Wrong that came out yesterday.
Yeah, we are just here to kind of be like a fraternity where we're like, no, pay your dues and come in. And if you really want to pay us, join our Patreon. We're the cheapest sorority ever.
That's its own organization in itself.
Yeah, no, and it's not ruled by anyone besides
us,
Patreon and us. No, I mean, like, we don't have to deal with, like,
we are nationals.
We are. It's really almost a metrocracy. What's it called? For a matriarch? When women... Matriarchy.
I had to see it in my head and then say it.
Yep. So we're going to be reading the results from last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? And we'll also be reading any responses that y'all had to some of the specific predicaments.
All right. So first up is me. Keep French fries crispy. 3% said I was wrong.
That has to be
97% said that I was not wrong. Somebody said that they've had McDonald's delivered a short distance and they weren't soggy. I literally have a McDonald's down the street and I've had it delivered for just the fries and they've been soggy.
Yeah.
Like I could walk to this McDonald's. That's how close it is. Would I? No, but I could. And the fries were still soggy. Some other people...
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere said that they are working on it.
Yeah, but I don't think it was in the States. I think they were in Australia or something.
Yeah, they were in Australia. And to that, I say, work faster.
And to that, I say, throw another shrimp on the Barbie. Bring it on over here. Take that with some of the blonde, chaotic Australian boys who immigrate over to the United States. Have them bring that with them. Okay, mine was method acting is for bad actors. 2% said I was wrong. 98% said I was not wrong. I really should have given a trigger warning for this photo. It is traumatizing for me to look at. And someone said, at first I'd assumed it was because women in society were already seen as emotional, overly so. So them showing extreme emotions in film validated men's feelings about women and their flip-floppy emotions. Plus, women being seen as more empathetic and in tune with their emotions, so they don't need to method act, as defined in the pod, to get into the headspace of the character. But I can totally see how abusive men can take advantage of that excuse and use it for their own benefit. And yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why you don't see women method acting. And
some people didn't understand what method acting was. So those people that asked, I answered them. Anyone else, Google. Also, today he was seen, this man in this photo was seen climbing a high-story building in Germany, I believe, with no protection on. He's just climbing this building currently, like right now, as we speak.
Is he trying to method act to get cast as the new Spider-Man?
Maybe. I mean, the Spider-Verse is vast. So any Spider-Man that he would like to be, probably. But he's already in DC. He can't switch over to Marvel.
Well, he also started a cult, so I don't think he thinks the rules apply to him. He's the worst. Ooh. Okay.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Then we have, why is this in the wrong order? Is this in the wrong order for you?
And I would be next, but yes, it is in the wrong order. Where is it? The next one? Okay, I got it. Next, we have writer number 1 versus partner doesn't clean after themselves. 1% said the writer is wrong. 99% said the partner is wrong.
Did you I screenshotted a couple.
Because one of them made me mad.
Someone said, I'm assuming the writer didn't enter a monogamous relationship to be a bang maid. If he has no desire to put towards the cleaning of the shared environment they live in by cleaning or paying someone else to do it for him, then I'd say let him go. He can live in the pigsty he wants if he's so pressed about not helping. Also, I so hate the idea if I want something done right, I'll do it myself. When speaking about joint relationship tasks, you shouldn't have to quote unquote do it yourself to have your house cleaned to a normal standard. Obviously, it can't be excessive. Relationships are partnerships. It shouldn't mean you unwillingly go it alone, especially if it's not a fair-ish trade-off, i.e. I suck with inside cleaning. If you're willing to do that, then I can do all the outside stuff or something like that.
Then someone said, I think maybe there's some biases at play with how similarly y'all and the writer's ADHD is expressed. I'm not discounting your take fully, but I do think that maybe the boyfriend also had ADHD and it's a different type. I'm female identifying and I'm awful at cleaning because of my ADHD. My partner actively Swiffers the house multiple times a week because they think about it. The Swiffer can be leaned up in the doorway and I'll walk past it for days without a thought. I do think the boyfriend in this instance is being intentionally incompetent to some degree, but I don't totally think it's as bad. They should 1000% get a maid service. I don't have ADHD. Megan does. So we don't have similarities when it comes to cleaning.
No, and I'm just point blank, my house is usually a chaotic mess at all times. I have to go out of my way to clean, but if my partner asks me to clean something or I set time in my schedule, do you know what I mean? I have to work on it.
And it's the weaponized incompetence that we said that he was wrong about. It's because he says that he can't do it because he doesn't want to, or because he doesn't know how. Do it. He doesn't know how, or he can't do it as good as his partner. And then also the fact that he said he doesn't know how to feed a cat.
Yeah.
That is because he doesn't want to do it. He's not making an effort.
Yeah, the habits and the brain, my brain's never going to be a neurotypical person. And I have friends who are neurotypical and very on top of their cleaning schedule and they clean things as they go all the time. But the alternative to that is not just I don't work the same way as them, so therefore I can never achieve having a clean home even at sometimes. There are times where I will remember I have to do things. I have to make a to-do list, I have to make a chart, I download cleaning apps, I do reminder things, and it's not about it being as clean or clean as often as other people, but it's you have to put the conscious effort into that. I'm not with ADHD, I'm not capable of doing everything the same way as a neurotypical person, but I'm not incapable of doing things my own way.
And I have contamination issues, but it's only with me contaminating someone else or somebody else contaminating my space. And so I'm really clean before somebody comes over and after somebody comes over because I don't want the things to mix. But then in between that time, my house is a mess. And then I clean when somebody comes over.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
No. And also there have been times when I've been busier and I haven't been able to pull my weight cleaning as much as when you live with a partner. So for that, if I was living alone, I wasn't really hiring a cleaning service because I'm fine living in this. But no, if my partner wants to have people over, do their own kinds of things like that, if I wasn't able to pull my weight in the time spent cleaning, then like I would hire someone to come clean and do my share of it in that sense. So there are ways around it, and it's not unrealistic standards and expectations, but we can't just like say like this thing makes it incapable for me to do this thing. It's not. It's like this means that this path to me to get to this destination is not going to be maybe the same, and it's going to be like a learning curve, but like it's about effort putting forth to that. And you can fail at efforts. And to me, like as a partner, like you don't get mad at someone who you see is actively trying, but it's the I'm resigned from this thing. I can't do it. That's the weaponized part.
Right. Exactly.
Next up, why is this such a wrong order? We have writer number 2 versus sister who won't cut sibling off. We're pretty split on this. 48% said the writer is wrong and 52% said the sister is wrong.
It's split because a lot of people think that they're both wrong.
Yes. We got a lot of messages for that, and someone said, I think ultimately based on the info we got, the sister is more wrong. If what happened between OP and Katie was so bad, original poster, and Katie was so bad, she's hiding from her in stores and lost her dad's whole side of the family. Is it equal to her brother being a hypocritical ass? According to the write-in. The brother said the son was troubled and can't be around his kid at the moment and distanced themselves. But something went down between Katie and the writer. I'm not sure the situation is an equal cut off contact. Again, we don't know what went down, but it doesn't sound like a similar level of an issue. Brother's a serious hypocrite for not seeing this as an opportunity to save his nephew from the same path he went on and recognize that he could be the positive influence, but depending on how serious, quote unquote, the offense was, he does have to think about his kid first. But the sister is too if she wants the writer to cut contact for less, then she apparently needs to cut contact with someone who hurt, like the writer.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
Which I thought that was very well phrased to the scale of things.
And then wrong of the week, we have Trevor Jacob. 9% said that Trevor is wrong. 1% said that Trevor's not wrong.
Melissa, the photos of this band, like I could only find photos of him in a plane.
Like there's some of him snowboarding.
Oh, the SEO, those have been pretty much wiped.
Yeah, when I do it, like, it pops up like the snowboard first.
Yeah, there's one of him like holding a Ziploc bag while he's in the flight. And I don't remember if you mentioned what that was, but like it does make it look like he's like has a Ziploc bag full of pills. I'm like, dude, what? Like it looked like he was doing that as like a clickbait kind of thing. I'm like, you're already doing too much.
Well, I went to his YouTube. I think I did it while we were recording, but we went to his YouTube channel, and all his YouTube channel is him like doing clickbaity, really stupid things. And so I think he thought this was the one that was going to put him on.
Which it did. It just put him on a watch list and then ultimately got
his license suspended indefinitely and convicted of a crime.
So it really like it did blow up, but it blew up in his face.
Yes.
So counting the days down for that to happen to David Dobrik. Okay. Then we have my wrong of the week, Horse's Restaurant. 99% said this shit show is wrong, and 1% said everyone is innocent. I have to assume that was an accident. I don't have words for this. I have not seen any updates. I know that I think they both filed restraining orders in the midst of this. And so there's like a timeline on there before things start to kind of come out more. So I can't promise you all that like I will stay updated on this, especially if this turns out to be true, because it's so fucking disturbing. But yeah.
One irony that I didn't think of when we first did this was when you first presented this was that the restaurant itself is called Horses. So they seem dedicated to animals.
I just have to say, like, if this is a lie, this has been the long con. Like, you named your restaurant after an animal.
But the restaurant is still open, right? Like,
Yeah.
people are still going and eating.
Well, I do think that, like, if you start and open a restaurant, like, your day-to-day participation, the restaurant doesn't need you to be there to run.
Yeah.
So I assume
but I just
that
feel
that's
like with the press.
I know. I can't imagine it's booked and busy.
It might be for people trying to get a sneak peek of the shit show.
It's like people were like going to like the Vanderpump Rules bars and shit.
Exactly.
You're right. Oh, I hate even thinking about that. Well, yikeroonies. Not much else to say about that. Disturbing, awful. Hate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole. Those are all the results for last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? And this comes out this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then fine. I'll tell my neti pot story here because
great.
Why not? So if you all been following me, you might have seen that I'm currently under the weather. And also, I think I was getting sick the last time we recorded, right?
Yes, that's why we didn't record together.
Yes. Okay. So I had a cold, was starting to get over it. Then Mons was open coughing like a toddler. And then I got sick again.
Yes, you talked about that.
Exactly. So I'm like, it got like hit with a double whammy. Like it's been like so shitty. So I have been very into nasal irrigation using my neti pot.
I'm a big fan.
I'm a huge fan. But here's the issue. I ruined it for me because my first experience using a neti pot was when I got my nose done. And I set the expectation so high for
you thought
what
you were
comes
gonna
out.
Get all, yeah.
I was like, it was so fucking disappointing. I was like, where is the blood and guts? Like, where is the fucking gunk? Like, where is the solid mass coming out? And it's just not that. And it's been satisfying and like it hasn't been satisfying. It's been helpful in the day to day. And I think it's helping me like get better. But like, I don't have the sensation of being like, it feels like you just like let out a massive shit or fart from your nose, where it's like you release all that pressure, and it's so nice. So I'm a little disappointed by that.
When at the end of the year, are you using like an actual neti pot?
Yeah.
Wow, that takes dedication. I use the squeezy bottle one.
Oh.
So you don't have to do all the extra. I don't know, like I can just stick it up and then squeeze it, and then it comes out. And when I first used it at the end of the year last year when I got really sick, that was awful. But the first time I used it and I saw all the green and yellow gump coming out, it was so great. But then after that, after I cleaned all that out, then it wasn't as good as the first time. But, you know, for my lungs...
Yeah.
And my nasal passage, it was still satisfying, but just seeing it that first time.
What was it like? I was debating on like not doing it for a couple days to try and build it up, and I was like, Megan, that's stupid.
That's stupid. Yes, but also like if you do it when you first wake up, sometimes there might just be a stray that like as you're doing it, like the first like
catches something.
Yeah, and then it'll catch it and pull it all out. And so
Okay,
that early morning one.
Okay.
Really hit it.
So maybe I won't blow my nose in the morning. I'll just do that immediately.
Yes.
Do you do it with warm water?
Yeah, I warm it up a little bit.
Me too. It's just been like I haven't gotten the exact number of seconds to warm it up to be right. So like I literally
like
keep
6. It was fine.
Okay.
Because you don't want it too warm, so it
no, I know.
You.
I've literally had to like.
And also because with the bottle itself, I would boil it after each time, and so then it would be warm, and so it would already be warm when I put the water in too, so it probably helped with a few of the temperatures.
That's nice. I am not boiling mine after, I'm just cleaning it. But mine's also the pot. Yeah. I don't think I could. I think if I boiled that, I would make soup. Like it would melt. But yeah, okay. So I'm glad that you did confirm my notion that like, as much as it might be satisfying to me, it would not be smart in the long run for me to like.
No. It'll just it'll make
I won't be able
the whole
to breathe.
process longer.
Yeah,
and then you'll be sitting there miserable.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's just like remarkable to me. Like I need to know where snot comes from because like I will do it and then I don't know, 10 minutes later, I have to blow my nose and then it just keeps going. Like it's just never ending. And I'm just like, where does snot come from? I'm Googling it. Where?
Well, I already know, but the more you blow, the more it keeps coming until it's gone.
Oh. Produced by the mucous I don't like that word.
There's a little... Go ahead. Well, they can't see. I was going to do an illustration of where it is and how it creates the mucus. But the ear, nose, and throat are all fascinating to me.
Do you think you could have been, if you hadn't done the dentist route, you could have done an ENT and actually enjoyed that more?
No, because it would have been the whole medical rotation and then settling on it.
Hard pass.
No.
Hard pass. Too hard. My future sister-in-law, her dad is an ENT. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like, want to be like, look at my nose. Tell me how everything's going up in there. Like, how's it going? But I had such bad fucking FOMO because our Matz's brother and sister-in-law, they just moved. And we were supposed to go over to help babysit while they were unpacking on Sunday. And I was like, hoping I felt better. Of course I didn't. And of course, the reason why I got sick was from a kid in his preschool.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
School who had green snot. So I'm like, damn it. So Mats went by himself to babysit, and I had so much fun. I literally made them FaceTime me. I made them send pictures and like videos, and it was really cute. They were doing a car riding game, and Mats was like, oh, turn the key. And then Mats was like, what do you do if there's traffic? And he honks and he goes, that's what daddy does when there is traffic. Like all he does is rat out his parents. Like it's so funny, but he got that on video for me, which made me very excited. But I had such bad FOMO. And then I asked him on FaceTime, I was like, do you like your new house? And he was like, no. And Mom was like, he does. Like he's enjoying this.
Kids just say things.
Literally. Like kids just say things. Like me, when I told my preschool teacher that over summer break, I went to Disneyland in China. And then I told the entire story to my whole preschool. And I like told them like the day by day, like everything we did there. Never been to either of those places. Complete lie. Because I was the center of attention at that moment. Like they're all sitting around me and I'm telling a story. And I was like, this is my calling. I'm performing for my peers. So that was it. Oh, by the way, I need you to know that we have listeners in high places. I know that for a fact. Do I know this part for a fact? No, but I'm assuming that a listener made this happen as a surprise and delight for me. Do you know who is a spokesperson of a printer now who is doing commercials?
Who?
Shaq.
Oh my gosh.
Melissa.
But I was watching something, probably TikTok. It might have been on TV. I don't remember. But how Shaq, you know how he's a spokesperson for so many things?
Yeah.
Once he sees something that he likes, he invests in the company and then tells them like part of his payment is for him to be the spokesperson. So like Ring, before it was popular, Shaq was telling this story about how he had called people like professional installation people that do security over to put some cameras up in his house. And the people quoted him like outrageous things. I want to say like $80,000 because they came over to Shaq's house and saw and whatever. And so each person gave him crazy numbers. And so he was like, no, I'm not doing this. So he goes to Best Buy and sees like a Ring camera and is like, what is this? And they tell him. And so he just buys a few of them and installs them himself in his house. And so then he contacts Ring and tells them how much like he liked it and told him that he wanted to invest in it. And he would be the spokesperson. That would be part of his payment. And so that's why he endorses so many things, is because he has ownership in it. And people like to like think of Shaq as like this goofy guy, which he is, but he like went to school and has multiple degrees, like while he was in the NBA. Like he's a businessman.
No, he like, if you look at people who have like crossed over through like this wasn't just because he was good at basketball. Like he's someone who's incredibly good he was great at basketball, to be like, oh, look, now I have an opportunity to have money to access to get all the fucking degrees and have all of the connections to make all this fucking money. But Melissa, like, this is like, I'm obsessed.
Oh, it's an Epson too.
Yeah. And like, now I might fucking get this printer. Like, I literally, he has he was declaring a war on toners, and his slogan is just fill and chill. I'm like, yes, Shaq. Okay, whatever you say. Like, I'm fucking here for it. And suddenly I am a consumer of big printer. Like, I'm about to fucking get this because he's everything to me.
He's your ultimate influencer.
No, oh my God, yes. He is my ultimate influencer. Someone nominate him for a shorty. Ironic, because he's not short. I feel like he like might go. I could see him being like, I don't know what this is. Sure, yeah, I'll make the time. Wow. So I just felt like it was such. We talk about targeted ads, and never has an ad been more targeted in my life than Shaq for big printer. So I guess I know what I'm buying. A printer, an Epson printer. Just fill and chill. They better
Somebody in the
sponsor us.
Facebook group asked for a printer recommendation. Maybe you should go share that.
I should. And he says, kiss expensive cartridges goodbye. And I'm like, I would love that. Consider me influenced. Consider me goddamn fucking influenced. A king.
Well, I'm glad that you had that moment.
Thank you. Between that and the shitting on the toilet ad, I just have to say that like the streaming ads I'm getting are award winning, and I love them.
I still don't understand the hype for that, but you and thousands of people on the internet who found the YouTube video to comment on it absolutely love it.
Hey, they knew their target audience. There was a target audience, and I hope her and whoever pitched that is loving the recognition
on their
throne. On their porcelain throne.
Or I should say shitting pretty.
Ugh. Yep. I always feel stunning every time I'm dropping it. Anyway, on that note,
it's a cleansing experience.
Not today. I had an unsatisfying poop today.
I had a stressful one today, but I'll share that later.
Oh, okay. Looking forward to that. Anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, looking forward to hearing about your stressful shit, and we will check back in and see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed the fisting.
I'm waving as if they can see. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.